Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode. I'm your host Christina with Moonstone Energy, and today I just wanted to, do something a little different. I am so super excited that I am able to actually do a video podcast, and it's crazy to me. It is really crazy to me because for the longest time I wanted to, you know, do something a little different, shake it up, because everything that I'm doing right now has been overhauled. My website, which is moonstoneenergy.com, overhauled. Products overhaul. Everything in my shop is new right now. As you can see right here, we have some candles. Okay, so I have a whole candle lineup, a whole entire collection. I have an entire collection of bath salts, jewelry, t-shirts, you name it, everything. Okay, but let's get into this podcast. So I wanted to do something a little bit different as far as the overall feel for today message, because for like this whole, I would say, I mean, of course, we have a full moon in Scorpio, and we also just had a lunar eclipse, which was so beautiful. And I hope you were able to actually look out your window and see it, because, honey, that was the first time that I've ever seen that. And I've been living for quite some time. I've been living quite some time. So that was the first time I saw that. I've seen a solar eclipse when I was a kid, but a lunar eclipse, I don't think I've ever like stood outside to actually watch it. So I'm so happy I was able to see that. But the overall theme, of course, for everyone, well, a lot of people, depending on your sign, I would say anybody that is in Scorpio, listen. But for me personally, and I've gotten this from a couple of other people, it is releasing and surrendering, obviously, with the full moon. But this one, it just felt a little different. If you are intuitively inclined, I would say you would, even if you don't even know it, you'll feel the shift. But us intuitive beings, we actually feel it a little bit different than others. But I wanted to do something a little bit different with the message today, because this morning I got up and I was like, it feels like a day we need to boss up. I don't know if it's because, to me, this is Money Making Mitch Mondays, and that's what I'm going to coin it as for me. It's Money Making Mitch Mondays, so I felt like real bossy, time to get up and do some stuff, get some things done. Over the weekend, I got a lot of things taken care of, as well as taking care of myself, spiritually and emotionally. I just felt like today is something, like, it's just something about today where I feel, for me, and maybe it could be for other people too, it's time to get some shit done. So I just wanted to pull from the New Orleans Oracle deck in regards to a message as it pertains to business and stepping up. Alrighty, Ancestor Spirit guides, what message do you have for the collective as it pertains to business and stepping up into that? Oh, got one, two. It's like every time these cards just fly everywhere. Yeah. Fly everywhere. Okay. So already, bottom of the deck, we got body balance. So, and then top of the deck, self-care. So as it pertains to business and stepping into your power and things of that nature, essentially, we as human beings, well, spiritual beings living a human experience, I should say, sometimes when we get caught up in showing up for different jobs or our own careers, we tend to forget that there has to be a balance between the two, work-life balance. A lot of the times for example, we work a job and they'll say, hey, we have overtime available. Are you able to work it? Or sometimes they have mandatory overtime and it's like, oh, I have to stay. Um, you know, but this is telling me that you need to step back and honor yourself in that regard. Don't burn yourself out because it's going to reflect. I understand. Listen, when I was working my corporate job, I did overtime for an entire month. So I would get up. My hours were 7:30 to. Damn, what I used to work 7:30 to 3:30 or 4, one of them. Anyway, I stayed from 7:30 in the morning to 7 at night for an entire month. And when I tell you I felt that, and I was hurting at the end. I was breaking down during the time period. I was coming in late sometimes. I was listen, it was a mess. That's all you need to say. I need to say it was a hot mess because I was burning myself out because it's like, shit, get paid, the fuck. That was my whole mindset. But at the same time, even if they do offer you overtime, what were you already planning to do afterwards when you got off of work? You were going to sit down, take a breather, probably fix yourself some dinner, pick your kids up, watch TV, relax for a second. But in our minds is, well, shoot, I wasn't going to do anything anyway. Yes, you were going to do something. You were going to relax when you got home. That's something. Don't sit here and let this capitalistic world control how you think about doing something. Like, you're being productive when you're not doing something, if you get what I'm saying. You need to honor who you are and yourself in that moment. So if they offer you overtime, if you are not doing anything that you feel like, if it's something that you feel like you don't mind doing, great, extra money, boo. But if you got shit to do, like take care of yourself, boo boo, take that time. Don't sit here and burn yourself out. There has to be work-life balance, and a lot of these places don't understand that work-life balance is a thing. Don't let them make you feel like you have to be a robot. You're not a robot, and the people that's asking you to do overtime, they're definitely not a robot either. Next card up is create your reality. So when I see this card, you have the dragonfly. Dragonflies are symbolic, of course, and you also have, what is this, a lily on a branch? Yes. So creating your reality. Everyone has the same 24 hours in a day. And a lot of people blame people outside of themselves for their reality not looking how someone else's look. Don't look at what did the teacher say in school? Don't look at someone else's paper. Your paper is your paper. Do not look at someone else's reality and how they're doing things and try to model it and mimic it. Your life should look how you want it to look, and you have the ability to create the reality that you want. The question is, are you willing to do the work to get there? A lot of people want so many things, but they don't understand what it takes to actually get to that next level in their life. And that's where the disconnect is. If you're not willing to bet all on red, okay, then it's not for you. If you're not willing to put in that work, if you're not willing to go out and do the work that it requires to build that reality, then you might as well hang it up. You might as well hang it up. Create your reality is saying, listen, you are a magician. You have the same 24 hours just like all these other people and influencers have on Instagram. They go out and they do what needs to be done. Question is, are you able and willing to do what needs to be done? And it also has to do with feeling worthy. A lot of the times when we want these things, but we don't, It's like we don't feel worthy enough to receive those things, and that puts a monkey wrench in the entire process of manifesting. When you are in a space where you don't have the confidence, you lack self-esteem, you lack the willpower, you lack the mentality to go after the things that you're looking, your desires, you're never going to get to where you want to go. You have to feel worthy, and that and self-care. Self-care is going to get you there. You can't sit here and continue to put yourself on the back burner if you're not taking care of your mind, body, and your spirit. Your spirit is going to tell you immediately something's not right. You need to take a moment and sit down. Your body, you might have aches and ailments, like you'll be exhausted, you'll have insomnia, things of that nature. And your mind, when you start talking to yourself crazy and you don't like, you just, your ego just messes everything up for you. Like, it's real. Mind, body, spirit, if those things are not in alignment, it's going to show. The next card we have is gratitude. This card speaks to being grateful for what you have, obviously, but not just what you have, but being grateful for what you have so that you can attract the things that you want. So just because, okay, say for example, you have a business, right? Well, a business idea that you want to turn into something more, right? But you're at the starting point of it all, and you don't necessarily have all the materials, you don't have all of this or have all of that. Listen, what you have at that very moment, you use it. And when you use it, that's going to attract the more. Because you have a starting point. When you ask everyone that has ever been in business, they're not going to say, oh yeah, I had all of these materials and things of that nature when I first started and I was able to go do this and blah blah. Not everyone has that luxury. Let me just say that. Everyone wasn't born with a silver spoon in their mouth. So they actually had to go out and get what they want. They had to go get it. So I don't want to say, because we're not going to continue to perpetuate this mentality that you have to get everything out the mud. No, the fuck you don't. Okay? That's a mindset of lack. What you have right now is more than enough to get you to where you're looking to go. Use what you got to get what you want. Line from the Players Club. If you remember the Players Club movie, comment and let me know. With Jamie Foxx and Bernie Mac and Lisa Ray. But regardless of anything, that was true. What you have, use that to get what you need, get where you're trying to go. Because that gratitude for what you already have is going to attract more. And it's going to expand. And what you didn't have in the beginning, you're going to have in that moment. And that's just going to create and expand and grow. So definitely be appreciative of what you have right now in this moment. And also understand that patience is key when it comes to growing and expanding any career, any business venture, anything that you're trying to do for yourself. Patience is needed. And it's important, because a lot of the times we get to a point where it's like, okay, well, I've been putting all this work in. When is this going to change for me? When am I going to be able to, buy this thing or put this on my business credit and all this other stuff? It takes time. It just doesn't come like this. I wish, okay? I wish it did, but to be honest with you, all of this here is going to help build character. It's going to help you understand the value. I don't know if you remember, if your mother ever told you this, but basically teaching you the value of $1. Like, just because I'm giving you $1 doesn't mean that I'm just an endless bank, because no, you're going to get this $1 and you are going to cherish this $1. and you're going to make your money work for you. So you're going to understand how important it is that $1 is, because that $1 can turn into $2, and those $2 can turn into $15 and $20. So it can expand, it could grow, but you have to understand the value that is there. That is going to get you to where you're going to go. Let's get another card out here. This pertains to this. You got the abundance card. Like I said, when you appreciate, when you begin to create your reality, when you start to have gratitude for what you have and make that expand, and you have the patience and understand that it takes time to grow something big, that abundance, that cup overflows instantly. Like like that attitude, that mentality, that's how the law of attraction works. It doesn't just poof happen. You have to be at a certain frequency to attract any of those things that you're looking to get. And with all of this going on, with you being in that space of understanding balance, understanding that you are the master manifester, understanding that gratitude gets you further, understanding that patience is required, that abundance is going to manifest itself, that adventure is going to happen. You're going to be able to enjoy your life, enjoy things that you basically weren't able to have, once upon a time. You'll be able to get those things, and you're going to be in a space of peace. Like, you're going to be content and happy with your, not just with what you have materialistically, but within yourself, because that's the most important thing. One thing I don't understand is, like, everybody glamorizes celebrities and how they have these magnificent lives and all this. You don't understand that half of these people were in rehab. They had issues with bad, habits. Like, they really had a devil card moment. Like, they were attached to the materialistic world, as well as basically had a monkey riding their back, because they didn't have peace within. Just because you have a lot of money doesn't give you peace. It gives you more freedom to do more things. Okay, you'll have more way to go to do this, pay this bill, etc. But at the end of the day, when you don't have peace within yourself, your mind, if you can't sit here and be alone within yourself, that's scary. That is a very scary place to be, especially when at night, when you're by yourself and it's just you. It could get really dark. So peace within yourself is the ultimate goal, to be honest with you. Out of all of this, with you being able to get to that point where you are basically in alignment with God, the divine spirit, whatever you want to call it, that's when you are able to fall in line and follow your intuition and be led. That's going to get you so much further. And I don't understand. And it's like, I think this is the key point to this message. Your intuition is going to get you very far. Your inner knowing, when you are understanding and in tune with your body, your mind, and your spirit, you're going to know how to move, what steps to take. You're not going to do anything that's out of alignment with yourself. You're going to know what needs to be done and when it needs to be done. And listen, that's the only energy that I want for 2022 and beyond. I don't know about you, but that's the type of time I'm on, okay? And one thing I want to mention, okay, is with the Cosmic Candle Collection, I have a candle called Empress Power, and it looks like this. This candle, okay, if you are an entrepreneur, or not even, you don't even have to be an entrepreneur. You could be a career woman, just a woman in general that wants to tap into her divine feminine energy. I'm not talking about the feminine energy. I'm talking about divine feminine energy. Two separate things. Don't confuse the two. This will put you in that space of creation, that space of owning your power, that space of becoming a master manifester, the space of knowing what you want, when you want, how you want it, and no one can tell you anything otherwise, because you have that clarity, not just within yourself, but from spirit. This is going to get you tapped in with yourself and tapped in with spirit, so you know how to move and when to move. Okay, this is what you need to get to you where you need to go. And I'm trying to tell you, because it's been a long time coming for me. Okay, I always didn't have this business, I always didn't have these things, but one thing I always had was my own power. And this is going to help you step into your power. I had to do a lot of work on myself and a lot of inner things I needed to heal. But one thing for sure, when I got to a point where I knew who I was and what I wanted, and I stepped into my power, everything started to fall in line. And that's when you know you are in alignment. That is a message for anybody out there. Okay? So I just wanted to share that message with you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. And it's going to be more video podcasts, boo. Don't you worry. But talk to you all in the next one. Hey, loves. If you're interested in purchasing our Empress Power candle, just head on over to moonstoneenergy.com. We have a wide variety of intention-based candles as well as intention-based bath salts, and we also have other magical merchandise. So just head on over to the website so that you can get your magical gifts today.